And we are live from the Enderun Colleges in Taguig City as we bring you the bells of the ball, the cream that rises to the top. This is your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance Sweet 16, where we're about to determine the final member of our Elite 8, which will be contested between Immaculada Concepcion College Blue Hawks and the Adamson University Soaring Falcons. My name is Diego Del Paz, and I'm joined by Martin Diaz and our courtside reporter Daphne Lozano. And now let's send it over to our Coliseum announcer Ryan Anthony Pajaro for the introduction of the starters. And on your screens right now are the starting fives for both squads. Alfred Flores, JV Ibarra, Mark Lopez, Tutoy Ramirez, and Jared Vento. And for the Adamson Soaring Falcons, it's Matthew Montebon, Joshua Hierro, Joshua Barcelona, John Calisay, and Mundaiga Ojairique. And this is for the final spot in the Elite 8. And tell me your thoughts on this one, Martin.
As you mentioned a while ago, Diego, the Battle of the Birds, the Battle of the Bluebirds, to be exact. And I actually played with a couple of players here, specifically one of the go-to players in Tutoy Ramirez for the ICC Blue Hawks, and he also plays for the Bataan Risers. So this is a really exciting player to watch for the Blue Hawks. And on the other side, one of the first games being played here by returning from injury, Matthew Montebon.
Wow. And we have a quick delay here because looks like there was a slick part of the floor before we could even start action here.
The rain has been pouring today in Manila.
Oh yes, definitely.
So to everyone out there, of course, stay safe, stay dry.
And the ICC contingent has arrived here inside Enderun College's gymnasium. And the Blue Hawks with first possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock on this drive by Tutoy Ramirez, and a steal there by Cedric Manzano.
A little bit of an ill-advised pass there from Tutoy. Seems like the ball slipped out of his hands.
And a turnover by the Adamson Soaring Falcons, still empty on their first trip on the to the basket.
And for people who don't know, this ICC Blue Hawks team is very, very competitive as well. Also recently just winning a championship in one of their preparation leagues for the NCRAA.
10 seconds on the shot clock for Tutoy Ramirez. Launches a three, in and out. And the rebound gathered by Mundiaga Ojairique. Here comes a drive by Matt Erolon. No good on that jumper. And here comes the ICC Blue Hawks. So Tutoy Ramirez.
Both teams so far still haven't found the bottom of the bucket. Let's see which team will get going here.
Jared Vento gets the lucky, doesn't get the lucky bounce. And here comes the Soaring Falcons. Matt Erolon gives it up to Ojairique, and he gets called for steps. Doing the two-step on the boogie there.
Seems like Ojairique was unexpecting of that pass and shuffled his feet there.
And here comes the ICC Blue Hawks. Alfred Flores gives it up to JV Ibarra. Shot clock winding down. Gives it to the corner. The jumper still no good for Alfred Flores. And here come the Soaring Falcons.
Good play to set up Alfred Flores on that mid-range jumper. Just gonna get it to fall there.
And by the way, this is the Soaring Falcons debut here in the Big Dance. And Joshua Hierro gets the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way.
And Joshua Hierro, obviously one of the staple players here for Adamson. And that's what he can do. Obviously, he has that big body, imposing his dominance on the inside.
So this is definitely a brand new team for Coach Nash Rosella of Adamson, finishing 7-7 for 5th place. They were defeated by Ateneo in the 4th seed playoff in a 70-48 rout. So
And
definitely without the likes of Jerome Lastimosa, without a lot of their key pieces from last season. So there's definitely a new team.
yes, definitely. And I think they got what they were looking for from last year's season. Obviously, last year, kumbaga, that was their rebuild year.
Yes.
And from that year, they got players like Matthew Montebon, right, Jack Alisay, who have really stepped up here for the Soaring Falcons.
And the reverse layup there for ICC. And now it's a 2-3 ball game. And it's starting to get loud here inside the Enderun College's gymnasium.
The ICC Blue Hawks also bringing out the drum line here.
Yes.
In Enderun.
And Cedric Manzano with the drive and layup.
Cedric Manzano also looks like he's slimmed down significantly from last year.
Great ball movement by the ICC Blue Hawks. The 3 is short though for JV Ibarra. And what a block by Ojerique. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The floater no good for Alfred Flores.
Great defense there from Ojerique. Just rejecting that ball on that backdoor play from the Blue Hawks.
And 2 free throws here for Alfred Flores. First one cleans the rim and goes through. So the implications of this match, the winner will face the number 10, your team, the Enderun Titans, in the Elite 8.
Exactly. Well, I'm happy that the Enderun Colleges are obviously still in it. But let's see today who's going to prevail and secure the last spot in the Elite 8.
Shot clock winding down for the Soaring Falcons. Joshua Yero for 3. In and out, and we have whistles abound. And it's against Adamson.
And of course, Joshua Yero, when he came into the UAP, he wasn't known as a shooter, but over the years, developing that consistent spot-up jumper. He got that in-and-out shot on that last attempt.
6 minutes and 20 remaining here in quarter number 1. Tutoy Ramirez gives it up here to Mark Paul Lopez. Shot clock down to 12. Lopez gets the ball back. The jumper over the outstretched arms of Ojerique. No good.
Again, another good look for Lopez. Just couldn't get the fall.
Here comes Matt Erolon. Gives it up to Joshua Yero. Skip pass. Nice find to John Kalisay. In and out on that 3. So many in and out shots on both ends. And the reset results in that floater by John Kalisay.
Good effort there from Jack Alisay. Getting that offensive board and putting it in with a soft floater.
15 on the shot clock for the Blue Hawks. Quick trigger shot. No good for Jared Vento, but instead he will have to earn 2 from the line.
Great pass there from Tutoy Ramirez to Vento. And Vento just throwing it up quick, drawing the foul.
Here's one thing that I will be wondering, Martin. If he is a complete player that has all the tools that makes of a good basketball player, can we call him a Vento box?
May nickname na tayo para kay Vento. So, Vento the Vento box. Because he's the complete package. I do like that, Diego. As Vento knocks down both free throws.
And we see one of our first substitutions for Adamson into the ball game is AJ Fransman replacing Joshua Yero. AJ Fransman, not a stranger to this gym, as he played for Enderun Colleges in previous years.
A proud product of the Enderun program, AJ Fransman. It's so amazing to see him shining here on the big stage as he suits up for the Soaring Falcons.
Fransman, the 3, no good. And the rebound by the Blue Hawks, JV Ibarra. Alfred Flores, the bounce pass, nice find to Lopez, no good. One and done possession for the ICC Blue Hawks.
Lopez has really been searching for that mid-range jumper. Just couldn't get it to fall there.
And here comes the Blue Hawks on the attack. So the Blue Hawks, together with St. Clair College, they're both up in Caloocan. So two teams from the north making their way down south here to Taguig City.
Exactly. Representing the proud city of Caloocan, the ICC Blue Hawks. Trying to find ways around this tough ADAMSON team.
And Matt Erolon with that long 2-point jumper. And it's 9-6 in favor of the Soaring Falcons. We'll be right back.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Ronzone twins.
Yes, as well as Matthew Montabon, the Phil-Am player on his sophomore year here for the Soaring Falcons.
2.5 remaining here in quarter number 1. Great move here by the Blue Hawks. The floater no good for Glenn Joaquin. And here come the Soaring Falcons.
Some back and forth action early on here in this first quarter.
Dignadice, the find to AJ Franzman. Back rims that 3-point attempt. And the rebound by Glenn Joaquin.
So when AJ Franzman started playing here in Enderon, he was really more of a slasher.
Yeah.
But as he's developed over the years for ADAMSON as well, he's developed into a pretty decent catch-and-shoot player as well.
And great ball movement by ICC Blue Hawks, finding the wide open man underneath. And that will be 2 free throws on the way for the Blue Hawks. First free throw is good for the ICC Blue Hawks, and they are up by 2 here, 11-9. And Adamson already in the penalty.
Yes, surprisingly, Adamson already in the penalty, a little over-eager here on the defensive end.
Three-pointer by Flever Dignadisa, no good. And the ball tapped out of bounds.
A little bit of a rush shot there from Adamson. And just a 2-point game. The Blue Hawks finding ways to stay in it.
A minute and 20 remaining, and surprise, surprise, to a lot of casuals in the college basketball scene, just a two-point lead in favor of the ICC Blue Hawks of Coach Augie Gumatay.
Exactly, the ICC Blue Hawks dictating the pace here, staying disciplined on the defensive end. And of course, live in attendance pala, Diego, we have St. Dwight Ramos supporting his brother.
Three on the way for Flever Dignadisa, too strong. And a rebound by Carl Alexander. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The Soaring Falcons needs to put up a shot here. Alexander for three, short. And a rebound by Glenn Joaquin. Here comes Alfred Flores. 2-for-1 opportunity for the Blue Hawks if they play their cards right. And Alfred Flores scoring.
Alfred Flores has been playing so well here for the ICC Blue Hawks.
AJ Fransman turning back the clock to his end run days, slashing to the basket, and he gets fouled.
But Alfred Flores is handling the ball so well for the Blue Hawks. On that move, rejecting the screen and slicing and dicing to the ring.
And now AJ Fransman to the line for 2 shots. And now let's go to our courtside reporter, Daphne Lozano, with this report.
Thank you so much, Diego. So I had a chance to talk to ADAMSON Falcons head coach Nash Rosella, and I asked him what's their game plan, and he only said just play the right way. Since this is their debut game in Pinoy Liga's Big Dance, they aim to take this match one possession at a time and to strengthen their team's connection inside the court. Since the UAAP season is fast approaching, I asked if this is the same lineup we will be seeing. However, Coach Nash said that they are still in the process of polishing and finalizing their final players rotation. That's all for now. Back to you, Diego and Martin.
Thank you very much, Daphne Lozano, with that report. And yes, that is what was exactly how the conversation between Coach Nash Rosella and I went. That he's not yet sure with the players that will be in the final 15 or 16-man rotation in the upcoming UAP Wars, which will start in just a few short weeks.
So just a couple of weeks out, and he's still finalizing the lineup. So again, this is a perfect opportunity for the coaching staff of ADAMSON to figure out which lineup or which 5 on the floor really works for them as they prepare for the upcoming UAP season.
1 second remaining. Flores done mid-court shot, no good. And we end the first 10 minutes of play with a 14-11 lead for the ICC Blue Hawks. We'll be right back with second quarter of play in the Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
Back inside the Enderun College Gymnasium in Taguig City as we bring you the final match in the Sweet 16 of your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024. Will it be the ICC Blue Hawks or will it be the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons booking the final ticket into the round of 8? A 3-point advantage by the Blue Hawks, the reigning, defending NCRAA champions, while the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, they barely made it as the number 4 seed in the UAAP, but lost in the tiebreaker against the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles and did not make it through into the Final Four.
Seems like the ICC Blue Hawks playing a little bit of a 1-3-1 zone here.
And we have a whistle on the floor against the white shirts of the Blue Hawks.
You can feel that the Blue Hawks are unafraid of the Soaring Falcons, bringing the intensity to them.
Baseline inbound here for the Soaring Falcons. They give it up to Cedric Manzano. Manzano loses the handle. And broken play there for ADAMSON and stolen away by Glenn Joaquin. And here come the Blue Hawks. Right now, Tutoy Ramirez setting up the table here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They give it up to Tutoy Ramirez. Isolation play. Gives it up to the corner. 2 seconds on the shot clock. The jumper, no good. And here comes the Soaring Falcons at ADAMSON. Franzman gives it up to Dwight Ramos. Dwight Ramos, the step through, no good. And here come the ICC Blue Hawks. Tutoy Ramirez against the defense of Eli Ramos. No good. And the putback still no good for Glenn Joaquin. And we have a whistle on the floor.
Eli Ramos with a step-through move there, just gonna get it to fall. Baka na-pressure pa siya because his brother's in attendance. Medyo
Oh yeah,
nervous.
that's right. 8 minutes and 34 remaining here in quarter number 2. 5-point advantage for the ICC Blue Hawks. Matt Rolon gives it up to Eli Ramos. Gets the ball back from Joshua Yero. Shot clock winding down for the Soaring Falcons. 6 on the 24. Joshua Yero for 3. Short.
Great defense being shown by the Blue Hawks. They're switching between different zones. They started off with a 1-3-1. Over in that possession, they went to a 2-3 zone. So interesting coaching happening here for the Blue Hawks.
10 seconds on the shot clock for Tutoy Ramirez. Ramirez kicks it out. Wide open 3. Short for Jared Vento.
That was a great play set up by Tutoy Ramirez. Wide open jumper, that's what they want.
Eli Ramos, swing pass. Finds its way to Matt Rolon. Eli Ramos, a drive baseline. Loses real estate and gets called out of bounds.
Eli Ramos trying to straddle the baseline, but just lost his footing there.
Either lost his footing or probably he needed a shoe size smaller.
Oh.
12 seconds on the shot clock for the Blue Hawks. Alfred Flores dancing, bobbing, weaving, and gets a foul.
I love the movement of Alfred Flores. Just so shifty with that basketball.
7 minutes and 10 remaining before the halftime break. And as early as now, I think Coach Nash Rosella should start tightening up the screws here. Though they're just down by 5, you wouldn't want to give a team like ICC all that confidence in the world.
100%. Just from how this game has started out, you can tell that the ICC Blue Hawks are hungry for this win. And if you give in a little bit too much to them and you see this lead balloon, it could be a long day for head coach Nash Rosella.
Not only a long day for Coach Nash Rosella, but a long ride back to San Marcelino.
100% there, Diego.
Eli Ramos gives it up to Matt Rolon. They go to the corner here to Cedric Manzano. The pass to Joshua Barcelona and the drive, and he gets fouled. And Jared Vento called for his first personal foul, sending Joshua Barcelona to the 4.5-meter stripe.
Good drive there from Joshua Barcelona, drawing the contact. But so far, the ICC Bluehawks have been really disciplined on the defensive end. They haven't been committing a lot of fouls.
18-11, now 18-12. 6-point ball game. And back to the bench goes Matt Erolon. And here come the Bluehawks. 6 minutes 40 remaining here in quarter number 2. Jared Vento hands it off to Tutoy Ramirez, and there is a foul on the play.
Good drive there from Tutor Ramirez, just putting his head down and drawing the contact. And this is what's great about this team, ICC Bluehawks. They have players who played at the pro level. Obviously, Tutor Ramirez, his first year in the MPBL, and bringing that experience to this team.
Shot clock down to 10 here for ICC Bluehawks. Alfred Flores against Eli Ramos. The nice pass inside to Jared Vento, but stolen away by Adamson.
Good hands by Yero.
Corner 3 on the way for John Kalisay, no go. And here comes Alfred Flores, tiptoeing that Adamson defense.
Just the handles by Alfred Flores as he loses the ball there.
2-on-5 attack, no good for the ICC Bluehawks. And Eli Ramos scoring against 2 white shirts of ICC.
Eli Ramos with a little bit of a slow sidestep there. Getting the hoop to go through the contact.
Mundiaga Ojerique will be returning to the ball game shortly for Adamson. But for now, it's Jared Vento for the Bluehawks. Nice fight inside to Tutoy Ramirez and gets fouled.
Good veteran play there from Tutoy Ramirez.
Coach Romel Aducol teaching the fine points to Mundiago Ojerique before he enters the ball game. But before we continue with this broadcast, let's send it over to Daphne Lozano for this courtside report.
Thank you so much, Diego. The ICC Bluehawks head coach Oji Gumatay reminded his boys to just enjoy the game and to not feel intimidated by their opponents because he knows that they are capable. He added, iba na ang level nyo, pakitaan nyo lang ng team effort. And so far, we can see the Bluehawks walking the talk. This confidence is rooted from their past experience where they went up against the same lineup in an invitational provincial league. It's just that the Bluehawks lost to the Falcons during the breaks of the game. Will the redemption story of ICC be written today? Let's see. Back to you, Diego and Martin.
Thank you very much, Daphne Lozano, with that report. And yes, that was the storyline of that conversation I had with Coach Ogie Gumatay. And not only that, the confidence of Ogie Gumatay on his boys is sky high.
100%. You can see that the confidence starts at the top and it trickles down. And so far, you're seeing some confidence exuding from the players of the ICC Bluehawks.
And not only that, the ICC Bluehawks, they also made some tournament appearances in Australia against top flight collegiate teams. And then they brought that experience to the NCRAA, where they were able to meet top competition and crush them, especially De La Salle University Dasmariñas, which they defeated in that best of 3 series to win that NCRAA crown.
Exactly. So the Bluehawks, as you were talking about a while ago, are just a seasoned team in their own right as well. So it's going to be an interesting matchup as we see 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
Alfred Flores, the skip pass stolen away by Carl Alexander. Alexander, the shovel pass, nice find. No good on that John Kalisay layup.
Great defense by Tutoy Ramirez, not giving up on the play.
20-14, 6-point advantage by the Bluehawks, and we have an Adamson foul. And it is on Carl Alexander. So the question is Carl Alexander not familiar yet or not yet up to speed with the physicality of the Philippine game?
You know, I think there's definitely going to be an adjustment period here for Carl Alexander. I think the way these collegiate Filipino players play especially, we play with a lot of physicality. So it's going to be interesting to see Carl Carl Alexander adjust to the game here in the Philippines.
Joshua Hierro to Alexander. Touch pass by Franzman. Back to Hierro for three. No. And the offensive rebound by Mundiaga Ojarique. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Another three on court. No good for John Kalisay. And it will go back. Oh, it will stay with Adamson.
Seems like Vento lost his grip on the ball there and accidentally tapped it out.
3 minutes and 23 remaining before the halftime break. And it's a 6-point lead by the ICC Blue Hawks.
Back to a 2-3 zone here for the Blue Hawks.
Shot clock down to 10 for Adamson. And a steal by Tutoy Ramirez. Ramirez against two
What a
deep blue
move.
shirts. And what a move there. Does the Smitty and then blows by the defense for that layup.
Tutoy Ramirez. May I have this dance?
Carl Alexander kicks it out to Kenji Cañete. Alexander for three. Bang! Bang! Boom! Welcome to the big dance, Carl Alexander.
Carl Alexander looking pretty comfortable in that jump shot.
2 minutes and 40 remaining, and the Blue Hawks still leading by 5. Long three for Tutoy Ramirez. And that one was iron deficient.
Oh, a little bit of an ill-advised shot there from Tutoy Ramirez. You can see that he's frustrated with himself on that play.
And here come the Soaring Falcons. 2 minutes and 20 remaining here in period number 2. Alexander, the dump pass inside to their big man, Mundiaga Ojarique for that hook shot. And you don't see that much anymore from big men.
Yeah, the classic over-the-shoulder hook shot there from Ojarique, showing the likes of Hakeem.
Or should we say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as well. A little bit of a sky hook.
The drive here by Tutoy Ramirez gets blocked up top by Mundiaga Ojarique. And the Blue Hawks here scrambling for that loose ball.
I love the effort being shown here by the Blue Hawks. Tutoy Ramirez just showing that relentlessness.
Oh my goodness. They're really giving it all on the floor. You know, they're throwing everything, including the kitchen sink.
Oh, just you love the energy from the Blue Hawks. Again, we've seen so many matchups here in the big dance where teams have kind of buckled because of the pressure and intimidation. So it's almost refreshing to see teams just give it to these UAAP and NCAA teams. Now we can compete with you on this level as well.
A minute and 32 remaining here in period number 2. So Adamson Soaring Falcons, the only seeded UAAP team remaining in the big dance.
See here what Adamson does, trying to mount this comeback.
Shot clock winding down for Adamson. The drive by Carl Alexander, and there was some contact, and it's called against.
And you can see it. You know, the way they're playing Carl Alexander, they're getting physical with him, trying to get under his skin.
40 seconds on the shot clock for Adamson. Carl Alexander uses that Ojarique screen. The roll by Ojarique gets the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way. Mundiaga Ojarique.
That play was created by Carl Alexander. I was really impressed by the way he was moving there, playing with great pace.
Towering head above shoulders of the ICC Blue Hawks. And the bonus on the way for the hefty lefty. Gets the lucky bounce on that free throw. And we have two men on the floor there. One is Jared Vento, and let's see who the other one is. I think that's Carl Alexander.
Seems like it was Carl Alexander on that play. Getting tangled up.
And it's a double foul on Alexander and Jared Vento.
What's great here is that you don't see Carl Alexander backing down from the physicality.
And we have another whistle on the floor. And that's already Kenji Cañete with that foul. His first personal foul, but both teams already in the penalty.
So Tito Ramirez pulling a fast one on Kenji Cañete, kind of baiting him there.
And Carl Alexander will sit on the bench for Coach Nash Rosella.
Yeah, so far, Carl Alexander showing some bright signs here
Yes.
for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons.
And the ICC Blue Hawks regain the lead here, 23-22. They got 24-22, courtesy of Tutoy Ramirez.
So far, Tutoy Ramirez leading the way here for the ICC Blue Hawks.
Eli Ramos losing the handle, and it's an 8-second violation.
Just the pressure being applied by the ICC Blue Hawks without fouling. Obviously, they are in the penalty, but still being able to apply pressure and cause a turnover despite being in foul trouble.
Immaculado Concepcion College with a chance for a 2-4-1 if they play their cards right. Tutoy Ramirez, heavily defended by AJ Fransman. Has to swing it out. Long three on the way. That was Trey Young country if I ever saw one. And what a floater by Jared Vento.
Vento showing the touch there, going high above the outstretched arms of Ojarique.
4-second differential between game and shot clock, but AJ Fransman decided to take it strong quickly. And now it's a last shot time for the boys of Coach Augie Gumatay.
Parang medyo nagulat dun si AJ Fransman how open he was on that layup.
Alfred Flores.
Again, the handle of
Yeah.
Flores.
Blows by Eli Ramos but can't make the floater. 1 second left. The runner. No good off glass for Kenji Cañete. And we enter the halftime break with a 26-22 lead in favor of the ICC Blue Hawks, your reigning defending champions from the NCRAA. Halftime stats, analysis, interviews, plus the second half of action coming your way in the Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more with Smart Power All-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
This is your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024 Sweet 16 round. The ICC Blue Hawks leading the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons 26-22. The 18th seed leading the number 2 seed of the Big Dance. And the winner of this matchup will punch the final ticket into the Elite 8, and they will face the Enderun College Titans.
So far, no, the ICC Blue Hawks have been dictating the pace in this game, and now they're rewarded with a 4-point lead heading into the half.
That's right. And now let's go to our courtside reporter, Daphne Lozano, with this extra special interview with an extra special guest here at the Enderun Gym, Dwight Ramos.
Good afternoon, mga kaliga. Before we proceed to the second half, beside me is a very special guest from our audience, Sir Dwight Ramos. So thank you so much for gracing your time here with me for the half. So my first question would be, as a supporter of your brother and also from one player to another, what should the Falcons do in order to keep up the pace, especially in the second half?
I would just say maybe stay organized, and handle the other team's pressure. I think that's the other team, what they're trying to do. So just staying organized and handling that pressure.
And since you're also known to be one of the renowned players here in our country, what advice can you give, especially to our viewers right now who are aspiring to play in the big leagues someday?
Just to keep working hard, especially in college. That's like the prime time for developing. So high school, college, just keep working hard, and eventually you guys are going to get there.
And now I'm giving you the opportunity to greet and thank anyone that you like.
Just shout out to the ADAMSON team right here. Hopefully they get the dub.
Thank you so much, Dwight. That is all for our halftime interview. Back to you, gentlemen.
Daphne Lozano with that interview with Dwight Ramos, a mainstay of Gilas Pilipinas and a former Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagle, as we take a look at our highlights of the ball game so far, brought to you by LGR.
So far, no, Tutoy Ramirez really making an impact in this ball game, showing us some crafty moves as he gets into the bucket there.
Yes, as we see right now, the ICC Blue Hawks definitely, they did not surprise, but definitely they are showing what they are capable of, especially led by Coach Augie Gumatay, who has all the belief in the world in his players.
And sometimes that's all you need as a player, no? Kumbaga yung half the game is yung kumpiyansa and your confidence in yourself, and you can feel that exuding from the players of ICC.
And actually, if there's one thing that I've learned from playing basketball or any kind of sport for that matter, once you start thinking that you're going to win, that's when it all begins for any team, any athlete.
Exactly.
But when you start thinking that, okay, the other team is too strong or the competition is tough, that's when you start losing. It's always a game in your head. And right now, the ICC Blue Hawks, they are definitely playing that mental game of mental toughness. As we take a look at the halftime score once again, 26-22 in favor of the Blue Hawks. Most of the ball game so far, they've been leading against the Soaring Falcons.
Yes, exactly. And you can just feel it from across the board na yung mga players nila, kahit sa mga galaw nila, sharp na sharp eh. They're not second guessing. And actually, they've done a great job of creating havoc on the opposite end. ADAMSON with some questionable turnovers as well. And so far, the pace has favored the ICC Blue Hawks in this ballgame.
Yeah, if there's one thing that I'm wondering about this halftime huddle of Coach Nash Rosella, how are they going to respond to this great run by the ICC Blue Hawks? As we take a look at some of the stats, the shooting here has not been exactly so good on both ends of the floor.
Yes,
7 out of 17 for ICC, 8 out of 22 for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. In terms of free throws, ICC has been getting to the foul line more, especially that they've been more aggressive attacking the hole.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I love about the strategy and game plan here of the ICC Blue Hawks. They haven't seen the three-pointer fall for them, so they say, you know what, I'm going to just take it to the ring. And so far, it's been paying dividends for them.
And also, we have to commend the ADAMSON ball movement, resulting into 6 turnovers. And of course, let's take a look now at our game leaders. Leading the way for the ICC Blue Hawks, it's Tutoy Ramirez with 11 points. And for the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons, in terms of points, that's Mundiaga Ojarique. He's also leading the rebounding charge with 5 points. And then while on the ICC Blue Hawks side, it is Jared Vento with 2 rebounds. And of course, Ojarique has been a menace on the defensive end with 2 blocked shots.
So Ojarique all over this ball game so far, but really the person that stands out here is Tutoy Ramirez. You know, going up a tough UAAP team in ADAMSON, especially defensively, Tutoy has been able to capitalize and look for those mismatches and exploit that to his favor.
The final question I have as we enter the final 20 minutes of this ball game, will we see this Cinderella run by the ICC Blue Hawks, the number 18 seed from the NCRAA, continue and become one of the bells of the ball in the in the Elite 8, or will we see the favored ADAMSON Soaring Falcons book their ticket against the Enduran Titans?
I'm curious to see too as well, Diego. So far, I'm loving what I'm seeing from the ICC Blue Hawks, and this is what the Big Dance is all about.
That's
right.
right.
Showcasing these teams who not many people know. Obviously, the ICC Blue Hawks have a strong fan base, but again, going head-to-head against one of the tougher teams in this tournament and really putting up a really good fight.
And we're about to start the second half shortly. Once again, this is Diego Del Paz, and with me is Martin Daez, our analyst for today, and our courtside reporter, Daphne Lozano. And we are on here in the second half, and the Blue Hawks on the attack. They go to AJ Flores. Flores still surveying the floor. Gives it up to Jared Vento. Jared Vento scoring on that driving play. A complete package, the Vento box.
The Vento box on full display there. Showing a beautiful roll and a good pass there from Albert Flores to find a cutting Vento box.
But AJ Franzman answering right back with an arsenal you didn't see during his time here with Enduran.
AJ Franzman showing off that new and improved jumper that he's worked on over the years.
28-24, a 4-point lead for the Blue Hawks and a turnover. Great defensive stand for the Soaring Falcons.
A little bit of a careless pass there from Ibarra. Ramirez coming out, but ADAMSON defender in full denial.
Matt Arelon gives it up to John Calisay. Franzman to Clever Dignadise. Launches from inside the arc. And we got men on the ground for both ADAMSON and ICC.
Some extra motion there from Cedric Manzano and Tutoy Ramirez as they fell. He kind of swung his arm into his chest. I'm not sure if the referee saw that.
Yeah, I think it was hard to see also from our angle. And there will be an official's review of that last action.
It didn't seem like a basketball play to me. You see that Tutoy is a little shaken up here.
Yeah.
Unnecessary movement there.
Again, that's the kind of physicality we see in college basketball. As we take a look at that Clever Dignadise jumper one more time, and that pull down.
See here, then there, that extension there from Cedric Manzano.
Yeah.
Completely uncalled for.
Yeah, I think it was that Cedric Manzano pull down that started it all. But our referees will have the final say, and they will have the better judgment of what the call would be.
So far, the referee's doing a great job calling all the games here in the Pinoy Liga Cup, the Big Dance 2024.
So once again, let's take a quick look at the teams that have already entered the Elite 8. So far, it has been the Enduran Titans, the Benilde Blazers, the Our Lady of Fatima University Phoenix, the EAC Generals, the LPU Pirates, who earlier upset the San Beda Red Lions.
Yes, a big upset in that game.
Another bracket buster in the JRU Heavy Bombers,
Yeah.
defeating the Letran Knights, who will face the Perpetual Health Altas.
A matchup there of the upsets.
Yes, that's right. So the final ticket about to be punched. The question is, will it be the number 2 seed ADAMSON Soaring Falcons or the Cinderella of the dance, the 18 seed ICC Blue Hawks?
So far, ICC still kind of giving it to the ADAMSON Soaring Falcons here. Haven't let their foot off the gas. It's going to be interesting to see how the Soaring Falcons respond in the last 2 quarters of this ball game.
8 minutes and 42 left here in period number 3. And we will find out the call in just a few moments. But I think it's also safe to say, that our big dance will continue with the Elite 8 coming next week on August 14.
Yes. So it's going to be another day of exciting hoops. And we've been blessed with some really exciting matchups here, Diego.
So Cedric Manzano gets called for that unsportsmanlike foul.
He's going to be forced to sit here for 3 minutes.
And back in the ball game is Mundiaga Ojairike. And makes this a 4-point ball game for the Blue Hawks.
Tutoy Ramirez hasn't missed from the free throw line as well, showing that consistent jumper.
And here comes Tutoy Ramirez, kicks it out to Jared Vento. Vento the drive, kicks it out, but first, Jared Vento shuffled his feet and danced to the wrong beat.
Jared Vento trying to kick it out, got a little too excited on that play.
8 minutes and 25 remaining here in quarter number 3. AJ Fransman, nice find to cutting Matt Erolon. Erolon kicks it out to AJ Fransman for 3. Short. And the rebound by Ojarike. And gets the bump and the bucket. And a chance for the bonus.
And that's where ADAMSON really has an advantage. Obviously, the ICC Blue Hawks don't have an import. So Ojarike with an opportunity here to really impose his dominance on the inside.
Ojarike missing the bonus free throw. And it's now to a 2-point ball game in favor of the Blue Hawks. Jared Vento hands it off to Tutoy Ramirez. Ramirez making a move. Kicks it out once again to Vento for 3. No go. And Fransman gets the board.
A good look there from Vento. Wide open shot, just couldn't get at the ball.
Clever Dignadice. Gives it up to Matt Erolon. Erolon, 10 seconds on the shot clock. AJ Fransman to drive. The jumper falls through for AJ Fransman.
Beautiful fadeaway a la Kobe Bryant from AJ Fransman.
And we are tied at 30 all. Here come the Blue Hawks. Tutoy Ramirez with the shot.
I feel like that should be called goaltending. Ojarike just
Let's see.
grabbing the ball from the air. Obviously, that's not allowed.
Yeah. So let's see, because that was on its downward flight.
Ojarike showing his vertical there, but
So yeah, the referees will review if that could be called as a goaltending. So part of the IRS under the FIBA rules is that they could check if an action could have been construed as a goaltending.
see if we can get a replay here.
Yes. Again, we are tied at 30 with 7 minutes and 10 remaining here in period number 3. Let's take a look at that play one more time. That find there. And that floater, and yes.
It did kind of seem like it was on the way down from this angle.
Yeah. Because you can't take away a shot like that on the downward flight.
Exactly.
That's basketball 101 right there.
So a smart play here from Tutoy Ramirez. But again, if you're Ojerique, you need to have a little bit more presence of mind there as he already drew the foul.
7 minutes and 10 remaining here in the third period. There you go. It's a goaltending violation.
So it's a chance here at a three-point play for Tutoy Ramirez.
Yes.
Who I now believe is up to 14 points.
Yes. So retroactively, that's a hoop the harm and a three-point
Exactly.
play the hard way.
Exactly. So
And
Tutoy
that-
Ramirez really doing damage here for the Blue Hawks.
And gives them a three-point lead at that. A very crucial one. And a steal by ICC.
Great defense there by the Blue Hawks, applying that 1-2-2 press.
JV Ibarra with that steal earlier. Now it's Tutoy Ramirez. Kicks it out to Ibarra. Ibarra gives it up to Glenn Joaquin. Shot clock down to 10. AJ Flores, the jumper. Short. And the rebound by ADAMSON Soaring Falcons. They go to AJ Fransman for three. No go. And Fransman nearly tracks down his own miss. But it will stay with ADAMSON. Last touch on AJ Flores.
You can see though that AJ Fransman is very confident in his jump shot. No hesitation, three, just couldn't get it to fall.
No hesitation, no conscience. And no good is that jumper by Clever Dignadisa. And another offensive set here for ADAMSON. Matt Merolon gives it up to Fransman for three. Bang! Bang! Boom!
AJ Fransman says, "You passed me the rock twice. I'm not gonna miss it the second time." Knocking down that three-pointer.
And we got another deadlock at our hands here. 33-33. If you're looking for a lucky number, 3 might be it.
A great game here between
Oh man,
two teams.
what a floater there for JV Ibarra. Man, oh man.
Joaquin showing the touch there.
Yeah. Shot clock down to 12. Matt Erolon gives it up inside to Mundiaga. Kicks it out to Fransman. No good. And the rebound by Fransman. And bounces it at the bottom of the backboard, and that is out of bounds.
So some great back and forth action here between both teams. So far, the ICC Blue Hawks have just been right there. Every time that ADAMSON tries to go on a run, the ICC have found a way to just stay in it.
Joshua Hierro together with Carl Alexander back in the ball game. And that was not the kind of offensive set you would have wanted if you're Coach Augie Gumatay.
A little bit of a mental lapse there from Ibarra, trying to call another teammate to come in. Didn't get one.
Joshua Hierro, quick inbound to Carl Alexander for three. No. Ojerique with the rebound. Fresh 14 on the shot clock for the Soaring Falcons. Alexander blows the layup. And the rebound by Tutoy Ramirez.
Good step through there from Carl Alexander, but almost a little too wide open on that layup. Couldn't get it to fall.
Ramirez gives it up to AJ Flores. Flores with 10 on the shot clock. The find inside to his big man.
Great pass there from Flores.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Tutoy Ramirez. Nice find to the right corner. No good for Glenn Joaquin.
Great effort there from Senido.
Glenn Joaquin steals that ball away from ADAMSON. AJ Flores gives it up to Jared Vento. Kicks it out. Corner three. No good for Tutoy Ramirez. And the putback denied.
I don't believe the Blue Hawks have shot a three yet in this ballgame.
And Ojerique, he got marked well there by the ICC defense.
I love the ICC defense so far, especially in the paint. They've been making it difficult for the Soaring Falcons / inside.
4 minutes and 14 remaining here in period number 3. Eli Ramos. Still with the leather. Gives it up to Carl Alexander. Alexander, the mid-range jumper. And that is cash.
Great shot there from Alexander. Now he's beginning to show us a little bit more of his tools that he can do for the Soaring Falcons.
3 minutes 50 remaining. Tutoy Ramirez no good on that 3-point jumper. And ICC could have had a better shot attempt than that Tutoy Ramirez
Definitely.
3-pointer.
It did seem a little rush there on Tutoy Ramirez's part.
Eli Ramos doesn't get the lucky roll. Ochairique, no good on that second try.
And again, another rush shot there from the Soaring Falcons as well.
Tutoy Ramirez against Eli Ramos and a blocking foul on Eli Ramos.
Tutoy Ramirez not backing down from any defender, really. Still going at them.
Back in the ball game is Mark Paul Lopez. "14 seconds on the shot clock for ICC. AJ Flores. Over Joshua Yarrow, no good.
Tough shot there from Flores.
Here comes Carl Alexander against the defense of AJ Flores. They go to Mario Barassi. Now Eli Ramos, the jumper. That was smooth as silk.
Smooth jumper there from Eli Ramos.
All nylon there, no iron.
Exactly. Stopping on a dime and raising up.
14 on the shot clock for ICC. They kick it out to JR Ceñido. Ceñido tried to drop it off, but to no one. But luckily for him, Adamson tapped the ball last before it sailed out of bounds.
Yeah, Ceñido trying to slip one through with an old school kili shot, but ran into a brick wall.
Baseline inbound for ICC. The shot is up at the shot clock buzzer for AJ Flores.
That's a tough shot from AJ Flores. Hitting a quick runner
Yes.
over the outstretched arms of Joshua Yarrow.
Tied at 37. And this one is going down the wire.
We've got ourselves a ball game, folks.
Eli Ramos kicks it out to Carl Alexander. They dump the ball inside to Mario Barassi, getting the bump, the bucket, and possibly a bonus.
Barassi introducing himself in this game. Again, one of these new players here for Coach Nasher Sella. And again, another great pass from Carl Alexander.
Check that. I believe Mario Barassi has been with the Soaring Falcons for about a good 3 to 4 seasons now. So one of their reliable big men, and makes the bonus.
So my mistake on that, Barassi.
Down to the last 2 minutes of quarter number 3. AJ Flores against Joshua Yarrow. Gets a screen from Joshua Monares, who pops for a 3. Bang, bang, boom.
Finally, a three-pointer falling for the Blue Hawks. Great shot there.
And we are tied at 40 all. And the ICC defense stifling Adamson's offense. AJ Flores threads the needle between the legs of Mario Barassi, but Mark Paul Lopez fails to score.
Great pass there. Flores, a savant with a rock.
Mario Barassi, the post move no good. And Tutoy Ramirez had a shoe size 1 too big and stepped out of bounds.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. They didn't see that they were teammates going for the same ball. Again, another deadlock here at 40. With just a little over 1 minute left. What a ball game so far.
Baseline inbound for Joshua Yarrow. Kicks it out to Joshua Barcelona. Carl Alexander, 5 on the shot clock. Yarrow, the drive. Kicks it out to Alexander for 3. 1, 2, 3. My, oh my, what a ball game. And back and forth we go.
Carl Alexander has really shown the whole offensive repertoire so far in this ball game, proving why he was a top recruit here for head coach Nash Rosella of ADAMSON.
And a foul given up by AJ Flores. A little bit of frustration there. 31.4 seconds remaining.
Flores, a little surprised by that call.
And both teams not yet beyond the limit in terms of fouls. And they will have to play out the last 25 seconds. Joshua Barcelona gives it up to Joshua Hierro. Shot clock down to 12 for Adamson. Eli Ramos gets free, but we have another foul. And that was the foul to give for Immaculada Concepcion College.
So Lopez, again, giving up that foul on the floor. Obviously, a pretty big size difference on his matchup from Lopez. So smart foul there.
12.9 seconds remaining, and checking out of the ball game is Joshua Hierro. And also back in the ball game, Matt Erolon replacing Big Mario Barassi.
So some great minutes here from Mario Barassi.
10 seconds remaining, and Matt Erolon closely marked here by J.R. Sengido. 2 seconds remaining. The floater does not trickle in for Joshua Barcelona, and that's how quarter number 3 will end. And looks like we have some extra sauce right there before we ended the third period of action.
A little bit of a getting to know there between the players.
43-40 in favor of the Adamson Soaring Falcons, overturning that halftime deficit. And we'll be right back with the final 10 minutes of play in the Sweet 16 of your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024. Back inside at Enderon Gym in Taguig City, and we're about to begin the fourth and final quarter of action here in the Sweet 16 of your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024. A 3-point advantage by Adamson over the ICC Blue Hawks, 43-40. And Martin, there was some extracurricular activity happening right as the buzzer sounded of the third quarter. So right now, that's what our referees are reviewing, and we have not yet started the fourth and final quarter of play.
I think emotions are really starting to run high here for both teams. Obviously, it's been an intense, close matchup. Score really not ballooning, and multiple deadlocks. So, of course, both teams starting to feel that pressure and the gravity of this ball game. As again, we're fighting for that final spot in the Elite Eight.
Yes, definitely. The Elite Eight will be on August 14. August 14, that is a Wednesday.
And again, this great matchup between the ICC Blue Hawks and the Adamson Soaring Falcons. You would expect Adamson to really be dominating this game, but the Blue Hawks just showing why. Not only do they deserve to be in this tournament, but do they deserve to battle with the best of them.
Okay, I already received confirmation. August 14, our Elite 8 will be at the Amoranto Arena in Quezon City. So Quezon City, get ready. We will bring you top flight collegiate action. And we have our announcement first from Ryan Anthony Pajaro. All right, so we got our confirmation from Ryan Anthony Pajaro, our PA announcer here in the Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup. AJ Flores and Carl Alexander got warned there for unsportsmanlike behavior. Franzman with a miss to open the quarter, no good. And Oche Enrique missing a pair of putbacks. And Matt Erolon missing that three-point jumper. And on the other end, there is a foul against Adamson.
So again, it seems like emotions are starting to run high here for both teams as you get down to the final 9 minutes and 36 seconds of the fourth quarter.
And here comes Jared Vento. Gives it up to Glenn Joaquin. Another three on court. Unleashed and unhinged for AJ Flores.
AJ Flores is unafraid of the moment. And now the three starting to fall for the Blue Hawks.
Clever Dignadice. Cross-court pass to John Kalisay. Now they go to the corner to AJ Franzman. Franzman the spin. The fadeaway jumper, no good. And a rebound by Oche Enrique. No good again for Oche Enrique. And another rebound for Adamson. Wide open three for Matt Erolon, no good. And Adamson, so many chances at the basket, but they could not break this deadlock.
Luck not swaying on the side of Adamson there. 3 looks and couldn't get any to fall. ICC looking to get the lead.
12 on the shot clock for AJ Flores. Trying to cut through that defense of Adamson. And a foul given up by the Soaring Falcons.
AJ Flores has shown that he has that ball not on just a string. It seems like he has it on a yo-yo. Just showing and going.
Yeah, definitely he's got it on a string. And we are still deadlocked at 43, but let's see if AJ Flores can break this one, and yes, he does.
So now the Blue Hawks with the lead again. Some back and forth action between the two teams.
45-43. The ICC Blue Hawks with the lead. And we are at the favor pitch inside the Enderun Gym in Taguig City. AJ Franzman ties the ball game at 45, and this is nuts.
AJ Franzman showing that he is a 3-level scorer. Again with another fadeaway from the elbow.
Shot clock winding down for the ICC Blue Hawks, and a tripping foul called against AJ Flores. And right now, the referees are discussing as we take a look at this instant replay on your screens. And that great hustle by Adamson.
So it seems like they're reviewing.
Yes, they are reviewing that that foul given up by AJ Flores.
If there was any malintention. But again, this beautiful block here from Jack Alisay on Tutoy Ramirez.
Yes. So let's see if there was some extra sauce.
It seemed like there was a little bit of extra motion there. Let's see what the officials call here.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll find out in a short while their final verdict, and definitely so that they need to review all of these, because all of these calls will definitely shape the complexion of the ball game moving forward.
Exactly. Again, we're down to the wire here. And each team just battling for momentum. It's been a great battle so far here in Enderun Colleges.
All right, so AJ Flores got called for that common foul. So nothing malicious.
It didn't seem like there was too much malintent on that play as well. So good call by the referees.
Here comes Carl Alexander. Pulls up from deep, off to the left. And here comes AJ Flores. Flores facing the defense of Flever Dignadice. It's still with Flores. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Cross-court pass to Tutoy Ramirez. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The fake.
Beautiful
The pass
fake.
there. And at the shot clock buster, no good. Oh! And looks like Ochairique was momentarily frozen in time.
Exactly. Tutoy Ramirez had the second chance, but couldn't get it to fall. The presence of Ochairique bothering that shot.
AJ Fransman for 3, no good. And Ochairique gets the offensive board. 4-out offense for Adamson. Clever Dignadice. Bang! Bang! Boom! Wow! And look
Timely
at that.
shot there from Dignadice from the top of the key. Now Adamson with a 3-point lead.
48-45. Soaring Falcons on top. And we got some extra motion away from the ball, and it's an offensive foul against ICC.
AJ Flores caught holding on to Jack Alisay on that play.
6 minutes and 28 remaining. 48-45 in what has been an exciting fourth and final quarter. And man, it's so loud here, I can't hear you.
Exactly, same here. ICC bringing the drums and bringing the energy.
ICC finally gets the board off of that Adamson miss. Down 3. AJ Flores gets a screen from Glenn Joaquin. Shot up and no good, and whistles galore from our officials. And the physicality is at the max.
Things starting to get chippy here between both teams.
.555 remaining, and looks like we need a quick breather. And it's called by the ICC Blue Hawks. We'll be right back.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And we are back inside the Enderun College Gymnasium in Taguig City for the final game of our Sweet 16 in the Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance 2024. Will it be the number 18 seed ICC Blue Hawks, or will it be the number 2 seed ADAMSON Soaring Falcons punching their ticket versus Enderun come Wednesday?
A great cut there from Vento, just couldn't get it to fall.
Carl Alexander kicks it out to Flever Dignadice. Gives it up to AJ Franzman. 1 second left. The three by Dignadice, no good. And Carl Alexander gets the rebound, tapped away by Joshua Monares.
Dignadice with a little bit of a heat check there. Just a little off on that three-pointer. But again, just some great defense being shown by the ICC Blue Hawks. Still being pesky all throughout this game.
5 minutes and 21 to go in this exciting ball game. John Kalisay gives it up to Carl Alexander. Joshua Yero. 5 on the shot clock. 3, no good for John Kalisay. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. And a floater by Joshua Yero. But first we have a dribbling violation against ADAMSON.
Kind of a saving moment there for the Blue Hawks. 3 straight offensive boards on that possession for ADAMSON. The ICC Blue Hawks can't let this game get away from them.
I think what ICC lacks in terms of height, they make up for it through hustle and heart.
Most definitely. They've shown so much grit in this ball game. Just continuing to keep the pressure on against this tough ADAMSON team.
5 seconds on the shot clock for ICC, but they throw the ball away. Eli Ramos gives it up to Joshua Barcelona. Now Joshua Yera dumps the ball down low to Cedric Manzano,
Great
but
hands there
another turnover for ADAMSON.
from Joaquin. Joaquin just playing the passing lanes.
Shot clock down to 15 for ICC. The defense split and layup by Tutoy Ramirez.
What a move from Tutoy Ramirez. Showing the jelly on that layup.
And the back shot is good for Cedric Manzano on the other end.
Cedric Manzano back since getting some time to sit down after that flagrant foul call. Instant offense for Cedric Manzano.
And it's back to a 3-point lead for ADAMSON. Tutoy Ramirez gives it up to Glenn Joaquin. Joaquin still has the leather. Jared Vento back to Joaquin. Nice find to a cutting Tutoy Ramirez for the layup. You can't stop him, but you can only wish to contain him.
Tutoy Ramirez has put on a clinic, slashing to the rim, showing the different moves that he has in his bag.
Cedric Manzano, the handoff. And a drive by John Kalisay, and he gets fouled.
Regardless of the result, you have to admire the effort being shown here by the Blue Hawks.
And AJ Flores back in the ball game for the Blue Hawks. And John Kalisay to the foul line, shooting 2. First free throw, all net. 3 minutes and 15 remaining here in regulation.
It's a 3-point lead for ADAMSON. Things can get really exciting here.
52-49. And back to the bench goes John Kalisay. Eli Ramos back in the ball game for ADAMSON. Right now the ICC Blue Hawks down 3. They don't want to let this slip away and see their Cinderella dreams goodbye.
See what they do here.
10 on the shot clock for AJ Flores. Flores, 5 seconds on the shot clock. That's his floater blocked.
Great defense by Yero, blocking that floater from Alfred Flores.
Joshua Yero gets the ball. Skip pass to Eli Ramos. And Eli Ramos gets fouled. That is the foul to give for ICC.
Somewhat of a good foul for ICC. Eli Ramos about to get into that shot. It seems like it was called on the floor.
Shot clock down to 14 seconds for Adamson. 52-49, 3-point lead for the Soaring Falcons. Near errant inbound pass to Cedric Manzano. 10 on the shot clock for Joshua Hierro.
This could be big.
Hierro makes his move and stolen away
Steal
by
by Hierro.
J.R. Ceñido with the steal. Tutoy Ramirez uses that screen by Glenn Joaquin. Now uses the screen by Jared Vento. Launches the three. Short. And we are in midnight hours of this ball game.
That would have been huge for Tutoy.
Cedric Manzano kicks it out to Joshua Hierro. Shot clock down to 5. Shot is good for Cedric Manzano.
Huge shot there from Cedric Manzano. Now taking this lead to 5.
54-49. Adamson Soaring Falcons on top. We'll be right back. We are down to the final minute and 51 of this ball game. 54-49. Adamson Soaring Falcons with the lead. It's JRU versus Perpetual Help. LPU versus EAC. Benilde versus Our Lady of Fatima University. And now the question remains, will it be Adamson or ICC against Enderun? And we have an inbound foul. And under the last 2 minutes, that is free throw. I know that is a free throw.
Let's see here.
And it will,
I think that might be the foul to give.
No. Under the last 2 minutes, if the ball hasn't been thrown in yet, it is called an inbound foul.
So, interesting development here.
And that's a 14th foul.
So it seems like it's going to be one more foul.
Yeah.
And they're going to be in the penalty, so they got to be careful here.
Ramirez, the inbound pass. Gets the ball back. Ramirez.
They got to be careful not to foul here.
Yes. 5 seconds on the shot clock. AJ Flores driving and loses it at the baseline. And midnight must have struck on this Cinderella story for the ICC Blue Hawks.
That was a huge turnover from AJ Flores. Costly. They got to get a stop here if they want any chance in this ball game.
A minute 30 remaining. Joshua Hierro to Eli Ramos. Clever Dignadise. Shot clock winding down to 10. 3 no good for Joshua Hierro. And we've got bodies all over the floor. And I wouldn't want to be the Enderun College's gym floor because all of those bodies crashing, it's painful.
This game has gotten so physical. But a great stop here for the ICC Blue Hawks. Again, chances for them to cut this lead down to a single possession ball game.
A minute and 10 remaining. AJ Flores loses the ball to Eli Ramos.
Another costly turnover by AJ Flores.
59 seconds left. Eli Ramos gets the ball back. Gives it back to Clever Dignadise. Joshua Yarrow, the dagger is right there. And that might be the ball game.
Joshua Yarrow calmly sinking that mid-range jumper, and that might be the nail in the coffin.
56-49, Adamson Soaring Falcons on top. We'll be right back for the final 51.5. This is your Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup, the Big Dance Sweet 16. The Adamson Soaring Falcons poised to make their way to the round of 8. And a quick layup there by AJ Flores. 56-51.
There's still a good amount of time in this ball game. If they can get a stop and get a quick bucket, they might still have a chance here.
5-point ball game. Again, this lead is not safe. Carl Alexander, pounded by AJ Flores. Gets the ball across. Alexander takes it strong himself. Gets the hoop, the harm, the three-point play the hard way.
What a play from Carl Alexander. I thought he almost lost the ball there, but splitting the D, slicing and dicing to the rim, getting the hoop in the arm.
Oh, yes. Off the bench and straight to the hole.
I've been really impressed today with Carl Alexander's performance, proving why he deserves a spot on this team.
32.4 remaining here in the fourth and final quarter, and he is starting to make a case to get into that UAAP lineup for Coach Nash Rosella. And it's a 7-point ball game. The ICC Blue Hawks need a quick jumper here. Long three, no good for AJ Flores. And the floater is good for Tutoy Ramirez. Another pair of substitutions for Adamson. So trying to stifle the ICC Blue Hawks right here.
So a 5-point lead with 21 seconds to go. Let's see what ICC does here.
Joshua Yarrow, quick inbound. Finds its way to John Kalisay. Four corners offense here for Adamson. Yarrow gives it up to Carl Alexander. 8 seconds remaining, and that will be it. 58-53, and a foul still given up by J.R. Ceñido.
Looks like that's going to be it. Adamson getting the win here.
Yes, it's 58-53. And 2 more free throws for John Kalisay to put this on ice. First free throw no good for Kalisay.
So great showing here for Adamson, being faced with a lot of adversity in this ball game.
Again, just like the last time, for Coach Augie Gumatay, breaks of the game did them in. And that will be it. 59-53, your final from Enderun. The Adamson Soaring Falcons punched their ticket into the Elite 8 against the Enderun College Titans.
A great outing here for the Soaring Falcons. There were moments in the game where you thought that ICC could pull away with it, but overall,